PriDem, Primary Care-Led Post-Diagnostic Dementia Care. This is the video version of the patient information sheet.
Hello, I'm Sarah Griffiths. I'm the study manager for the PriDem study, and this video explains all about the study. We're really hoping that watching this video will help you decide whether you would like to take part. The video comes in two sections. So the first part explains all about the study, what will happen when, and what it would mean for you to take part. And the second part provides some more detailed information. For instance, about how your information would be used and kept confidential. So please consider all this information really carefully and do talk it through with others if that helps you decide whether you'd like to take part. If after watching the video you have questions or you've decided you'd like to take part, do get in touch using the contact details that follow. And these contact details will be repeated later on in the video as well. So for now, we hope you enjoy watching this short video, and we also hope to meet you soon.
If you have any questions, please contact our researchers. Alison Wheatley and Greta Brunskill at Newcastle University can be contacted by email at pridem@newcastle.ac.uk or by telephone on 0191 208 5147. Part 1. Overview of the study. What is the study about? Getting a diagnosis of dementia and having support soon after can be difficult for some people and easier for others. There are differences across the United Kingdom. PriDem is a GP practice-based research study hoping to improve the care people get after receiving a diagnosis of dementia. We have spent the last few years analysing what works and what can be improved and have developed a new approach that we are hoping to try out over the next year. How can I help? You have been identified through your doctors as a person who has been given a diagnosis of dementia and who may like to take part in the study. Your GP is also taking part in this study. We are asking people living with dementia about their health and well-being. Who else would be involved? We would like you to think of someone, a relative or friend, who knows you well and is familiar with your healthcare. We will ask them to take part in the study along with you. We would also like you to think who would be best for us to talk to if, for whatever reason, you are not able to continue with the study. What will I have to do? 1. You will find out more about the study. A researcher will contact you and arrange to visit you at home at a mutually convenient time. Or, if this is not possible, for example due to COVID-19, they will offer to speak to you via telephone or video call, whichever you prefer. At this first appointment, the researcher will get to know you and tell you more about the study. You will be able to ask questions. 2. After you have had a chance to discuss the study and ask questions, if you still want to take part, you'll be asked to formally agree to taking part in the study by signing a form to say that you understand the study and you are happy to take part. Or, the researcher might ask you to agree verbally, for example when the meeting is via phone or video call. Verbal consent will be taped, audio recorded, so that we can keep a record of your agreement. Some people with memory, concentration and/or thinking difficulties find it hard to give consent for themselves. A carer can sign or verbally agree to a consultee declaration instead. This means stating that the person living with dementia would want to take part if they were able to agree for themselves. The carer would use their knowledge of the person to make a decision. 3. If you agree to take part, we will find out more about you. The researcher will speak to you to complete some questionnaires about your health and well-being. This can be at the same time you agree to take part in the study, or at a separate time that is convenient for you. We would also like to complete some questionnaires with the relative or friend you have asked to be in the study with you. This may be done separately. We will spend around 1 hour with you and up to 2 hours with your relative or friend. This does not have to take place in one meeting. It could be between 2 shorter meetings. Your answers will help us to find out what you are finding difficult or not so difficult, and how you feel about things. You will be able to take a break or stop completely at any time. 4. The new approach, a clinical dementia expert, will be introduced into your local area. The research team will introduce a clinical dementia expert to work with the doctors at your GP surgery. The expert will help to improve GP services for people living with dementia. Researchers will help the expert to develop a dedicated dementia team. The expert will train the dementia team, improving their understanding of dementia, their skills in providing support, and their knowledge of local available services and resources. You may or may not actually meet the clinical dementia expert, but we hope that they will make a difference to the GP practice staff and to the care of people living with dementia. 5. Researchers will visit you again. Researchers will meet you again after 4 months and after 12 months, which will be at the end of the study, to complete some of the questionnaires again. This will help us to know whether things have changed. 6. You may be asked if you would like to take part in an interview. At the beginning and end of the study, a researcher may invite you to take part in an interview to ask how you found taking part in the study and how you find the care provided by the GP surgery now. This will take place separately to the questionnaires. Even if you choose to take part in the questionnaires, the interviews would be optional. The interviews may be face-to-face or as a telephone or video call, whichever is most convenient for you. We expect the interviews to take about half an hour to an hour. You will be able to take a break or stop completely at any time. With your permission, the interviews will be audio recorded, and the interviewer may take notes to help them remember. The recording will be typed out by a professional transcription service, and then the recording will be deleted. Everything you share during the interview will be kept strictly confidential. What will happen at the end of the study? The study will help us understand how the new approach to care works in practice. The results of this study will also be used to make refinements and improvements. What we find will be shared with a wide health and social care sector audience, including policymakers, practitioners, researchers, and the general public. Results will be published in newsletters and scientific journals, as well as being presented at professional conferences. All the results will be anonymous, so that there is no possibility of you being identified in any publication or presentation. We can send you a report of the results of the study. What are the potential benefits of taking part? Your contribution to the study will help future individuals living with dementia to receive improved care. By testing this approach to care, we can see how it will work in practice, how we could improve it, and if we should recommend it being more widely used. As a token of appreciation, you will also be offered a choice between a £10 high street voucher or for £10 to be donated to a medical research charity of your choosing. This will be offered each time you take part in the questionnaires, a total of 3, or interviews, a total of 2. What are the possible disadvantages of taking part? Talking about your healthcare experiences can be tiring and possibly distressing. We are aware of this and we will regularly check with you if you are feeling all right to continue, or otherwise would like to take a break. If you feel upset in any way, you may also find it helpful to ring the Alzheimer's Society National Dementia Helpline on 0300 222 1122. The helpline is open from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Monday to Wednesday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Thursday and Friday, and 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday. Do I have to take part? No. It is up to you to decide whether to take part. You and your relative or friend do not both have to take part. We would be happy to talk to either of you. You do not have to give a reason if you do not want to be involved. Whatever you decide will have no effect on the care you receive now or in the future. If you change your mind, you can leave the study at any time without giving a reason. You will be able to keep a copy of this information for future reference. What will happen next? If you are interested in taking part, please get in touch with us using the contact details provided, or by returning the opt-in, opt-out form in the prepaid envelope that you were given. This does not commit you to taking part. We will talk through the study with you and answer any questions you might have, as outlined previously. If we do not hear from you within 2 weeks of us providing you this information, we will try to contact you by telephone. If we are able to speak to you at that time, you will be able to tell us you wish to take part or opt out. If we do not manage to speak to you on this occasion, we will try up to 2 more times to contact you by telephone before we assume that you do not wish to take part. There is a limit to the number of people we can recruit for this study. As such, there is a very small chance that we will not be able to include you. We'll let you know as soon as possible if that is the case. Part 2. Further information. Is the study confidential? All the information that you provide will be handled in confidence. We will follow strict ethical guidelines. The study team have all undertaken training in keeping information safe and secure. Everything you and other participants say is confidential unless you tell us, or we observe, something that indicates that someone is at risk of harm. If you disclose that you have or might harm someone, or that someone might or has harmed you, we would be obliged to report this to the local authority Adult Safeguarding Service and/or the police. If you agree to take part in an interview, the recording will be typed out by an independent typist that has been approved by UCL and will observe strict confidentiality. After this, recordings will be erased. Any information that could identify you in the transcripts will be removed. The recordings will be stored securely in accordance with the Data Protection Act 2018. The study has been approved by the Research Ethics Committee, Wales Rec 4. If you would like to read more about how we use your personal data and what your rights are under the General Data Protection Regulations, please ask a member of the study team. What will happen if I no longer want to take part in this study? You will be free to withdraw from the study at any time without giving a reason. This will not affect your current provision of care in any way. Once we have received and confirmed your withdrawal from the study, we will no longer collect any data or contact you again. We will keep information about you that we already have. We would also like to continue collecting information about your health from your GP records, but if you do not want this to happen, tell us and we will stop. What if there is a problem? If you have any concerns or complaints about the research, we will do our best to resolve them. To tell us about any concerns, please contact Professor Dame Louise Robinson or Professor Greta Raitt, who are the programme leads, via the project secretary, using the details that will follow. If you remain unhappy and wish to complain formally, you can do this through the NHS complaints procedure. You can contact the NHS Patient Advisory Liaison Service, PALS, on 0800 032 0202. If you need to get in touch with the research team for any other reason, you can contact them via Angela Mattison, the project secretary, via telephone on 0191 208 5625, via email at angela.mattison@ncl.ac.uk, or via post, the Biomedical Research Building, Campus for Ageing and Vitality, Newcastle University, Newcastle upon Tyne, NE4 5PL. In the unlikely event that you are harmed by taking part in this study, compensation may be available. If you suspect that the harm is the result of the sponsors, University College London, or the research team's negligence, you may be able to claim compensation. After discussing with the researcher, please make the claim in writing to the Chief Investigator, Professor Greta Raitt, who is based at the Research Department of Primary Care and Population Health, University College London, Royal Free Campus, Rowland Hill Street, London, NW3 2PF. The Chief Investigator will then pass the claim to the sponsor's insurers via the sponsor's office. You may have to bear the costs of the legal action initially, and you should consult a lawyer about this. If, during the study, you are no longer able to make decisions for yourself, we will continue to keep you in the study as long as you have a nominated person who can support you in this. How will my information be used? University College London, UCL, is the sponsor for this study based in the United Kingdom. We will be using information from you in order to undertake this study and will act as the data controller for this study. This means we are responsible for looking after your information and using it properly. UCL will keep identifiable information about you only until the study has finished. How health researchers use information from patients. If you have been invited to take part in research and/or you would like to find out more about how health researchers use information from patients, please contact us for a copy of the information leaflet provided by the Health Research Authority. For information on how UCL use personal data from participants and researchers in the conduct and analysis of research, and/or how to make a complaint on how we have handled your personal data, please get in touch and we would be happy to give you more information. UCL's Data Protection Officer can be contacted on data-protection@ucl.ac.uk. Your rights to access, change, or move your information are limited, as we need to manage your information in specific ways for the research to be reliable and accurate. To safeguard your rights, we will use the minimum personally identifiable information possible. You can find out more about how we use your information online. Please contact us for a link. You can also speak with one of the researchers. Their contact information will follow. We will need to use information from you and from your medical records for this research project. This information will include your initials, name, contact details, and medical information. People will use this information to do the research or to check your records to make sure that the research is being done properly. We will keep all information about you safe and secure. Once we have finished the study, we will keep some of the data so that we can check the results. We will write our reports in a way that no one can work out that you took part in the study. Your data will not be transferred out of the country. We will keep your data in secure storage for at least 10 years. Who is organising and funding this study? This project is funded by Alzheimer's Society, grant number 331 AS PR2 16005. The project is being led from University College London by Professor Greta Raitt. Who can I contact for further information? For further information, you can contact the study researchers, Alison Wheatley and Greta Brunskill, by telephone on 0191 208 5147 or email pridem@newcastle.ac.uk. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this information and considering taking part in this study.